All right. Welcome to the Draftaholics, where we draft any and everything. On tonight's episode, we're doing the all-time best or worst, however you want, pet peeves ranked here. That's what we're doing. And I think it's going to be a pretty long episode. I think we might go over the time on this one. Uh,
Have you ever
I'm-
seen the movie Grumpy Old Men? That's what this is going to
That's
be.
what this is going to be. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm Doug By, here as always with Mike Rossi, Andrew Garganese, and Joey G Money. What's up, fellas? Are we feeling happy today? Are we feeling
Going on,
angry?
Doug?
How we
Doing
feeling?
good, man. Haven't seen the boys in a while. What's up?
Yeah, it has
Feeling
been a while.
great. It's gonna be a great episode tonight.
It's gonna be fun. All right. There's really no rules on this one, right, Mike? We're being pretty loose with this.
Yeah, there's no categories or anything. The only rule is that you can't be too vague with the picks. It has to be the specific thing that they're doing. You can't pick a corner whole category, basically.
Yep. All right. So prior to the draft, we did the draft order, and it's gonna be Andy, Mike, myself, and then Joe. So without further ado, Andy, you ready to get angry or what?
I'm going to be not angry today. That's the goal. Not angry at all. All right. 1-1. I had a little debate about because it's kind of like a borderline personality trait. I'm going to go talking down to wait staff, especially if
that's on
I'm
my
eating
list.
with you.
It's a great one.
Like anytime you talk down to like any service person, it bothers me. But specifically, if you're talking shit to somebody that's going in the back where I can't see and getting my food, I'm going to lose my mind. I don't want them doing anything nasty to my food. Fucking be nice. And if you have to be an asshole, well, preferably don't do it when I'm near you, but do it after I have my food.
No, I mean it's a great pick. He went a little more specific than I did because I have it on my list, but I was just thinking service industry in general. Like, don't be rude to service industry, you know. But
Yeah,
The
I
worst
try to be
is there's-
specific because I don't want to corner it.
There's so many people that don't even realize that they're fucking doing it. Like my dad bothers wait staff with so many dumb fucking questions. And I'm always just giving him looks to shut the fuck up. Don't bother her with that.
Yeah.
And like, don't ask a wait staff I hate when people say what's good. Everybody has different tastes and different things. Because then if you get something they suggest and you don't like it because it's not your taste buds, it's your own fucking fault.
you're
Yeah.
not wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I'll do I'm between two things. You know, I'll do that, but I'm not going to ask.
Yeah, I
him.
don't-
They
that-
always
that's
they always pick the more expensive thing.
right.
Every
Exactly.
time.
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with. So I don't like asking their personal opinion, but if you say like, what's everyone's favorite? What's the go-to thing here? That's a reasonable question.
Yeah.
What's
You
your-
know,
what's
because
your
now
most
you're
popular
getting
dish?
consensus. Yeah.
That's fine.
But
But those, once again, those
I-
are just asking people questions. I mean, like literally, like talking down to these people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like dismissive, like go fucking look down your nose, like go get me another fork, mine's dirty, or go do this, and I don't
Ugh.
like this, and
No, I
let
can't
me
stand
talk
it.
to
Can't
somebody.
stand it.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
oh man, I'm if I order something and I don't like it, and the waiter comes over and like, how's your meal? It's delicious.
Delicious.
Oh, it's great.
So
Love
good.
every, yeah, it's so good. I'm never returning.
I've
it
never
unless they
sent
did
back a
something
meal.
completely wrong.
Yeah.
No.
Never sent back a meal. Ashley will sit there and my wife, she'll sit there and just eat a meal that she didn't even order. You know, like she goes to that extreme.
She's a vegetarian just eating rare steak.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, steak tartare.
But yeah, we'll go to extremes to not be rude to people. That's a great pick. I think that could be a winner right there. I think
This would be my first. This would
yeah.
be my first.
We knew coming into this was going to be Andy's draft. All right, Mike.
Yeah, that's a good one.
2.
All right.
1, 2. Where are you going?
I'm sticking with not necessarily restaurants, but eating in general. And I'm going obnoxious chewers. Oh my God. Is there anything worse than when Joe is eating? And this is specifically Joe. Joe,
This is gonna be a bad one. This
Let me-
episode's gonna be bad for your friendship.
Yeah.
So bad.
let me paint a picture of Joe Ginolfi eating a bowl of cereal. Okay, can I do this for you?
Uh,
All right, let's say he's got a bowl of Frosted Flakes. Okay, he's gonna pour the Frosted Flakes. He's gonna pour the milk into the Frosted Flakes, and then he's gonna let it sit there for 10 to 15
That's
minutes.
Raisin Bran,
This-
not Frosted Flakes.
Raisin
It's
Bran.
Raisin Bran.
So sorry. He's going to let it get soggy before taking a bite.
Nothing worse than soggy
And then he's
cereal.
gonna slurp. He's gonna slurp his soupy cereal, and the whole time going. And it's the most disgusting. If you ever eat, just don't ever watch Joe eat in general, specifically Raisin Bran. You'll. It's just disgusting.
So time out. Doug, you can say you don't like soggy cereal. Do you eat oatmeal at all?
Oh, well, I'll eat oatmeal, but that, yeah.
So the
that's
Raisin
different.
Bran getting soggy is like a cold version of oatmeal. So like the overnight oats and stuff, something like that is what Raisin Bran is like when it gets soggy. So I was just ahead of the game.
Yeah, but it's cold though, or it's like mildly
Yeah.
cold at that point in time. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. That's gross to me.
Overnight oats are cold. That everybody in the world is doing, and it's a huge fad now.
Is it a trend? Yeah.
Yeah, the
All right.
brand overnight oats.
Overnight
They
oats,
give you
yeah, they
Shake
are.
Shack,
It is a trend.
the
Yeah.
company.
All right. Maybe you've been on to something the entire time, then, Joe. I don't know. All right, obnoxious chewers and obnoxious eaters. All right, so I'm gonna go with on my pick here. I'm gonna go with something that I do a little bit from time to time, but I think I'm good at doing it. And I'm gonna go with texting and driving. I cannot stand watching people text and drive. And whenever a car is swerving and you come up to it, they're almost
Yeah.
always head first into their phone. I'm not saying I'm innocent from it.
Yeah, especially I hate those people that say I'm good at it.
I'm not innocent from it. Definitely not innocent from it. But I'm pretty good at it though, so I can get away with it.
Yeah.
Does everybody
You're
here
the
text and
person
drive?
that's swerving that everyone else has to go around.
Exactly. Does everybody
Oh,
here
all the
text and
time,
drive?
Doug.
Yeah.
All the time.
I've made a conscious effort to not do it because I got pretty bad for a while there. So, but I've been better lately. I don't want to say I'm good at it because I don't think anybody's good at it, but I've never even sniffed an accident because of it.
Obviously, I'm joking when I say that. It's something that none of us should fucking do, obviously. But I think the majority of us do it from time to time. So text and drive.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going. Joseph, you're up, man. You got 2 picks here.
Man, neither one of my top 2 got picked, so I'm ecstatic and thank you, boys. Number 1, I don't know how it's not everybody's 1-1. Close talkers. Get the fuck out of my fucking face. I don't want to smell what you just ate for lunch. I don't need your spit on my face. I don't want your spit anywhere on me. Back the fuck up. You don't need to get that close to me. Respect my personal space. And I'm sure I'll be able to hear you a couple feet away from it.
That's a great one. I didn't even have it on my list. It's a really good one, though.
I do.
It was top
Try
5
having
for
kids,
me.
Joe.
It was top 5.
Wow.
But my children feel like they have to be right here. to
Your
speak to them. It's
kids
like,
though. Like
Yeah,
give me
kids
some
don't know.
space.
Adults.
That's a
We're talking adults.
small- That's a
Yeah,
small
I'm
annoyance.
Yeah,
talking
but still, it's
adults. I wasn't
annoying.
talking
Just
children.
give me a little bit
Not
of
nearly
space
as
here.
annoying as some random person you
Oh,
barely
random,
know
yeah.
just fucking chirping at you from right here.
How
Oh
many,
my
Mike,
God.
you work in Andy too. How many old people in the bank get up close to you if you're
Nah.
standing up in the lobby and something?
Don't allow it. I just don't allow it. I just don't allow it.
Yeah.
I just, nope.
They
Just fucking
corner
no.
you.
Yeah.
Back you into a
It's
corner.
awful.
Oh, yeah, just fucking back it up.
That's a good one, Joe. What's your number 2? Let's hear number 2.
2-2, I'm sticking with that space issue. Sometimes I do it when people cut me off and piss me off, but tailgaters,
Yeah,
back the
good
fuck
one.
up. Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of space to get around me if it's in a multi-lane highway or something like that, or even a 2-lane street. Like, there's nothing worse if you're in the, even if I'm in the high speed lane and I'm going like 80, there's no reason to be up on me, tailgate me if I'm going 80. Like, just go around a different lane. But the majority of the time, I will, like, even if I'm going 75, like, I'll still slide over. But if I'm going 80, like, that's high speed lane speed. Get the fuck over, switch out. Absolutely.
No
I don't
such
care
thing
what
as
you
a
gotta
high
say.
speed lane,
But
Joe.
even-
Wait,
even
let's
in-
just let's put a pin in this conversation. Let's put a pin in that.
My God.
My next pick apparently is against Joe again.
Oh, really? Okay. Wow.
What?
I'm curious to see where he's going with that. I think I kind of have an idea. Tailgating. Where the hell are you in a hurry to go? You know, I agree with Joe. I don't like tailgaters. Andy, you were shaking your head a lot though.
No,
Talk about it.
because there's just no such thing as a high speed lane. I agree, tailgating full
Yeah.
of cunts, but there's no such thing as a high speed lane. So
Oh, here
correct.
we go.
I don't know why you're rolling
Correct.
your eyes at a simple
It's a law, Joe.
It's a
fucking
passing
roads are
lane. It's a
designed.
passing lane. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
correct.
Oh
strictly
my
for
God,
passing.
bro. Correct, which means you're driving faster. That's why people associate it with calling it the high speed lane.
You shouldn't be driving in that lane though.
Yeah.
The whole point is to get
You're
around.
passing,
somebody.
coming back.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, that's
All
just rules of the road.
It's the
I love
rules
this
of the
episode
road.
already.
You know, the more you switch lanes, the more you wear out your tires and the more gas you'll use. So I'm not going back and forth all the time. If I can coast and go 80 and there's nothing in front of me, I'm staying in that lane.
It's the worst point I've ever heard.
Oh,
It's a fact. It's not a bad point. It's a fact.
Terrible point.
I don't know about you guys, but like, well, I guess Mike, I can say with Mike, I've turned into a slower driver, and I think it's because of kids. I'm not like a real slow driver where people have to get around me. I'm always going like, 10 miles an hour over the speed limit probably, but I'm way slower than I used to be. You're shaking your head.
Yeah, it's
I'm not a slow driver. No,
No.
I'm like 15.
Mike doesn't
to
care about
20
his kids.
over.
He drives the speed limit when they're not in the car.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
When they're in the car, he's trying to fuck some shit up.
Seatbelts off, boys.
All right. Good discussions on these picks. I like it. All right. I'm gonna go
This
with
episode's
something
gonna
that
take 4 hours.
it is going to if we keep on doing that. I'm gonna go with something that I think maybe Seinfeld created here, and it's double dipping. Double dipping a chip, double dipping.
Double dip the chip.
Yeah, I mean, great episode. But in any kind of double dipping that you're doing, with any kind of food, it's disgusting. Stop doing it. Especially at a party scene. You can do it with your significant other. I think that's the only way you can really get away with something like that. But outside of that, disgusting. Stop it. Cut it out.
Now, Doug, what if you have like a carrot or a celery? You go one side, you switch it over to the other side.
I don't think you do that around strangers. I think you do one dip.
You still don't do it.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, because they don't
Sometimes,
know that you just switched it.
Yeah,
Right.
but sometimes when you bite things, there's still some saliva that goes and then drops on that bottom part of it. So
Yeah.
it's possible. I'm not. I get what you're saying because I thought about arguing that, and then I thought about that in my head right away.
That's
too.
why I asked the question and didn't argue it.
Yeah. No, I'm a little bit of a germaphobe when it comes to food. I don't love people touching it. I don't love any of that kind of stuff. So double dipping's high on my list. All right, Michael, where you going for your second pick?
All right, my second reason on why I hate Joe Genoffy is drivers who will not move out of the passing lane. It makes absolutely no sense. It's the passing lane. The rules of the road, the laws say you use that lane to get around, you come back around. If you're going 80 and somebody wants you to go 85, if somebody wants to go 85, 90, it's not your job to stop them. You're not the police. Let them fucking buy you. And then come back in if you want to, but let that person buy.
It's reasonable. I like it.
There's 4 lanes you can get around me pretty easily. You can pass in whatever fucking lane you
The
want.
other lanes are made for truckers and for exiting and entering. If you're speeding in those, it's more dangerous than speeding on the left-hand side.
I have not caused an accident in my life yet. No.
I didn't think we'd have a driver's ed here today, but I'm feeling some education being thrown out there. All right, Andy, you got 2 picks, man. Second and third round.
Oh boy. All right. My second pick, I'm gonna take people that talk during movies.
Yeah.
Why can't you just shut the fuck up for 90 minutes? Just don't talk to me. Keep your opinions to yourself. Keep your comments to yourself. The worst is when people ask you something like you've already seen the movie. Oh my God, is he gonna die? Are they gonna be okay? I don't know. I'm watching the same fucking movie you are. Stop talking to me. It drives me up a wall, dude. I don't understand what's going through these people's minds. It's fucking lunacy.
Andy, is that worse, or when somebody's seen something and they go, "Oh, watch this before it happens,"
Mm,
because that might be even worse.
that's
They're
worse. I think.
spoiling.
To me, that's
Spoil-
worse.
They're
Spoilers
spoiling
is
the
on
whole
my list.
the moment.
Yeah.
Spoilers is on the list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Questions,
list is
Scott.
long.
I think questions are worse, man. The questions drive me fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah.
watch the fucking movie. If you say, why did he just do that? You should either know from watching previously, or we're gonna find out in a little bit.
Exactly.
Right.
We're gonna find out together. Let's let it happen.
Together. Yeah.
Yeah,
This movie came
why
out
we're
today.
here.
I have no idea.
This is
Right.
this is literally why we're here. Fucking stop talking. All right,
All right. Next.
pick 3 for me. People that don't put their shopping carts away.
Oh, love
Yeah.
it.
Oh my fucking dude! You come out and you got a cart sitting behind your car or to the side of your car. You just watch them leave it. How can you be that fucking late? You can't take
It's
I
so
don't know,
lazy.
6 steps. You can't.
It's
they got
lazy. It's
places to put the
inconsiderate.
carts away
Yeah.
up and the most inconsiderate. The most inconsiderate. I just don't understand the thought process there. I can see if you're like injured or old, but that's why like kind of handicap spots exist. I just leaving your car in the middle of a parking lot drives me insane.
I
You
couldn't
deserve
agree
to
more.
have your
Like the-
kneecaps broken, I think.
At
Honestly.
grocery stores or like Home Depots, the big places, they have
All of
return cart areas. Just
There's so
You don't have-
many of them too.
yeah.
too many. They probably have
It's
too
too
many. Of them.
many. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
probably 5 feet from your vehicle. Take your lazy ass over there and put it in there. Return it.
And then you fat fuck, you need the steps. Take them.
yeah. Yeah.
the
Just
Exactly.
go.
Take
Just
those
go.
steps.
Yeah.
It's a great one.
His face gets so mad.
So,
I had it lower on my
Oh.
list because I didn't think anybody was going to go there that early. I love it.
I had
though.
a 19.
It's a
I
good
have
pick.
so many on my list that I couldn't even organize them. And so I actually don't know. Like I got to scroll to see where I need to go. Yeah. But all right.
All right, Michael.
All right, guys. I haven't mentioned my point system, but obviously I do have one.
Oh,
And
let's hear it.
I'm about to get my top 3 on my point system right now. Drivers who won't move was my number 1. Obnoxious chewers was my number 2. And this next one I'm going to say is my number 3. But before I do, I'll tell you what the point system is. So 10 points each. It's level of annoyingness, how relatable it is, and how often it happens. 10 points for each one, up to 30 points. Yawning in the middle of
Joe's
somebody's sentence is
yawning
my
right
number
through
3 now.
Yeah, put me to
All right.
sleep over here.
My third pick and number 3 on my list. People that still, I don't know how it's possible, cover their mouth with their hands when they sneeze or cough. How is this still a thing? We've been through COVID. Everybody learned about germs, right? And you're still taking all the germs inside your mouth and just spreading them so you can go shake somebody's hand and give them to them. It just it disgusts me every time it happens. And you see it way too often still.
Do you think it's
a
more old people? though?
generational thing?
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
do young people
it
still do
is mainly. No, I think young people still do it from time to time. I think old people more, obviously, but still, you should know by now, right? We've learned that that's not good from COVID if you didn't already know it.
We're old, and I learned that in elementary school, so it's not like a new concept. But
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I guess it's just kind of how you're taught. The people you grow up watching, and then habits get hard to break. But it does. It's fucking nasty. It's super gross.
Agreed. All right. I'm gonna stay. Well, not. We went away from it, but we've been on the road a lot. I'm gonna go back to the road here. Being cut off on the road, and especially when you have your kids in the vehicle. Like my anger, it goes to the next level. Like if I get into an accident with my kids in the car because you're a fucking dumbass, I'm gonna drag you out of that vehicle.
Mhm.
You know, like my anger,
Wow.
it goes to the next level, dude. And I get cut off a lot because there's this one spot on Jamestown where it's right underneath an overpass, and people just pull out onto this road without looking all the time. I mean, I've slammed on the brakes numerous occasions at this one particular spot, and yeah.
Oh,
it's
so you're
just
saying people
both, but that's
going
cutting
like
you
the
off.
other way? Okay.
Yeah, or
No, it
cutting-
is for sure.
I mean, yeah, cutting off on the highway, and that's an
Yeah.
annoyance for sure. But that's where it happens to me more often than not. People that pull out without looking.
So I
So-
got
That's
I
why
got in an
road rage
argument.
exists.
I got in an argument with one of my buddies. What defines cutting off? Because I have a buddy that just, he just goes. Yeah, I had plenty of room. Like,
Yeah.
no, you didn't. So what defines cutting off?
I mean,
Level of how
the amount of
obnoxious
feet,
it is.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
I went with, because we really argued about this for a while. I went with anytime you like impede their progress. So if they have to break because
Yeah.
of a movement that you made,
That's a good,
you
yeah.
cut them off.
That's a good answer right there. Yeah. Anytime you
I
have
like
to
it.
slow
Yeah.
down your momentum because of something that someone
Right.
else did, that's cutting off. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Joe, you got 2, man.
All right. So nothing is more frustrating to me than when I lose something and I'm trying to find it and somebody goes, "Where was the last place you had it?" Well, if I knew that, it wouldn't fucking be lost and I wouldn't be fucking looking for it. Right? Like, shut the fuck up. You don't think I tried to think of the last fucking place I had it or I used it? Get the fuck away from me. Get away
Now-
from me.
So when was the last time you
give
saw
me,
it?
Give
Yeah.
me a minute that you're not even talking to me and just give me space after that.
Well, what about this, Joe?
How am I
if you
supposed to
thought
put
about
that in the
this?
bracket, Joe?
Yeah, that's what I
don't
was
know,
thinking
Rossi,
immediately.
but it's a real thing. Just put the questions. You could put my face yelling behind it and just don't fucking ask me that.
That's so funny.
Where did you have it? Is the okay? All right.
Where was the last
All
place
right,
you had
There we
it?
go.
Fucking unbelievable.
That's so
That's a good
funny.
one.
I'm just gonna screenshot you talking about that and put it up as
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
picture on the bracket.
Completely do whatever you got to do. Man.
You know what that
Whatever
sounds
you
like to
gotta do.
me? That sounds like someone who is just living with his parents somewhat recently. That's what that sounds like to me.
There you go.
I had to go back home for a few months there because
Yeah,
I was an idiot and gave a girl a chance for once in my life, and that was a bad choice.
My big pet peeve is women.
yeah, yeah.
Ah, listen, I thought about making this whole thing about it, and I was like, that's going to be a bad way to go. God forbid somebody does watch this and sends it to you.
That's sexist fuck. All right, Joe. Start the 4th round for us.
Ah, God. So, and this has got nothing to do with my parents' house. This kind of does have to do with when I was seeing somebody for a good amount of time. Don't leave your fucking shit in the sink. There's no need, especially if a dishwasher is right next to it. Rinse it the fuck off, put it in the dishwasher, and then pressing a button, that thing is going to do all the work for you. It's a 5-foot radius, and you can, honestly, you can probably just turn and you're there, and it's done. So in my apartment, when I was dealing with this, my sink was here, and directly underneath was my dishwasher. So it's literally open the door and place.
I'm surprised that this came from the single guy. Honestly, this is
Because I'm very clean, Doug. And when I was trying to deal with somebody at my apartment a lot, I found out how much shit like that bothered me.
so
Wasn't
that's
great.
so and that explains why he's still single right there too. Because you got to put up with it, unfortunately.
Joe, do you every single time you use a dish or a spoon or something, you wash it right away? There's never anything in your sink?
At least put it in the dishwasher, like if I got a dishwasher. Right now, I
Yeah.
don't. So after the meal's done, I will wash everything and then I will go sit and like watch TV or something.
It's
All right.
impressive.
That is impressive. All right, I'm gonna go with
Oh, I almost just went.
what happened.
I almost made my pick. I thought it was my turn.
Oh, I'm gonna go with public displays of affection. I'm gonna go PDA here.
It's on my
Leave
list.
leave it at home. Leave it at home. You don't have to bring it out into the public for everyone else to view this nastiness that you got going on. Leave it at home.
Yeah.
Don't bring it out.
Fucking freaks.
There's no place for it in the public environment.
Yeah, there's levels of it, obviously. But if
Yeah.
you're just straight like making out in public, why? Like, no one, stop. Just go home.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, a peck is okay, but that's where I draw the line. Pretty much is right there, the pecks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even multiple pecks is too much.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, really, all I would probably do is hold hands. And I don't even like doing that. So,
I just hate his wife.
no. It has nothing to do with her. It's a me problem. Um, yeah. So PDA, that's where I'm going. Does everyone agree with that?
I like
Or-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you two are maybe a smidge prudish, but I'm on board with, over the top makeout sessions and all that. It's just, yeah, it's unnecessary. But
Yeah. I got a friend right now that has a new girlfriend and she'll like sit on
it's
his lap
usually
and make out.
It's
In
it's
the
new.
usually like
middle of
Yeah.
it's a new relationship thing though,
Yeah.
kind of. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to see
But
one of you, like. Wait, hold on. Actually, let's see. I'm trying to remember. Mike is recently got with his wife. I'm trying to remember. I think there might have been a couple drunken. Yeah, I think there
Never.
might have been. Yeah.
Never. Come on, you think Kristen's that type of woman? She wouldn't do that.
Mm, mm,
No.
No.
all
Not
right.
me, sir. Not me.
All right, Mike.
All
Where you
right.
going?
My next pick. Again, I'm pretty happy with this. This is how it's turning out. This is my number 6 on my big board. I'm going talking on speakerphone in public.
Oh, that's a
good
big
one.
one.
That's a good one.
It's awful. Like everyone thinks they have to have their phone like this and talking on speakerphone. I don't want nothing to do with your conversation. You're not cool because you're having somebody listen to your conversation. Just make it a private conversation. Go in your car, leave the room, whatever you have to do. Just I don't want to listen to it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, even talking on your phone in public, I don't love, but speaker
Yeah.
brings it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, that one gets under my skin. My father does it mainly because he's just old and he can't really hear when he holds the phone.
Mm.
But we were walking into Golf Galaxy the other day for his birthday, and he was talking to my mother on speakerphone. I was like, dude, if you don't turn that off speakerphone, I'm going to throw you down the escalator. Fucking, do you know what I mean? Just click the button, put it to your ear. Like no one cares what you're saying to her.
It's good.
So I'm on board.
Again, that might be like an age thing. Like older people, they don't really understand, but it's more the obnoxious kids. Every kid thinks that their conversation has to be on speakerphone.
I feel like it's always just like a white trash girl. Like everybody else just texts, but for some reason there's always a white trash girl who's like 16 years old with like a 12-year-old child somehow, and she's just screaming on her phone in public, and you just want to fucking punt her into the road, right?
And
It's always the same
pregnant.
girl.
She's
She
pregnant
exists by the
again.
millions.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pregnant again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The fucking fourth
She's
baby
got-
with the fifth
yeah.
dad somehow. It doesn't
Yeah.
make any
Yeah.
sense. Oh, yeah.
and she's
Yeah,
wearing
that girl.
pajamas with pajamas with
pajamas
few
for sure.
sliders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
Way
Exists
too
by
lazy
the
to get
millions.
dressed.
Unbelievable.
All right, Andy. You got 2 picks, so hold off on that anger.
I'm gonna go with people that stand up on planes the moment it lands.
Oh.
Where are you guys going? You're not going anywhere. You're just standing up. We're not getting off this plane for like 10 more minutes. Sit down.
At least.
You just and then they start looking around like, you guys see this? Like, yeah, I see it. I see every fucking flight I've ever been on. We're not going anywhere. Don't stand up. And you got the people that like try to like get ahead of you and they like go to their over. Just fucking just wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
We're all going to the same place. It's gonna happen at the exact same time. Just sit down and relax.
So the people that you described doesn't fall into that, but just playing devil's advocate, what about older people who just need to stand up to stretch?
That's
They've been on a
different.
been on a long flight. They got
I
to
mean,
stand
generally you can stand up during the flight. Like I stand up during the flight to stretch, and I
Yeah,
sit my
that's
ass back down.
That's true. Okay. All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. Nobody's got anything else to say about that? All right, I'll go again. I people that stand really close to you in public for no reason at all drive me insane.
Hovers.
You're cashing out.
A hover.
You're cashing out at
Yeah.
like, yeah. And they're just, and this isn't a COVID thing. I've been like this my whole life, but like, it's probably the only good thing that came out of COVID was this 6 feet. Why are you so close to me? There's just so much room. There's no need for you to ever be that close to me.
Yeah.
Why do people, they're fucking right here. Like, just get away from me. I don't understand it. Does anybody, I don't get it.
It's my worst pet peeve at the casino is when I'm playing blackjack and like people are just standing at your table watching you play right behind you. Like you turn and that person is basically right fucking here
Isn't that what
watching
people
over
do at
your
the casino
shoulder.
though? Isn't that like a thing?
Why?
No, I'm
Go
not saying
do
it's right. I'm
something.
not saying it's
Like
right, but don't people
it's
do
the
that?
worst. Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like I'm losing whenever people are watching too, so it pisses me
There
off
we go.
even more.
That's the gambler right there.
Yeah, it is.
No one's ever been watched gamble and won. You can ask them. Someone's watching, they lose.
It was that guy's fault. See him?
Yeah.
It was him.
That idiot.
That's
Man.
good.
Did I go twice?
You
I
did.
don't
Yeah,
You
you
did.
went
So,
twice.
so on the
You went
hovering one,
twice.
are we gonna give him like people sitting too close next to him if they have like an empty seat where they could be sitting? Because I say yes.
Yeah, standing, sitting, just
Yeah. Okay.
being too close in general, and just
Yeah,
like you can hear him breathe. Oh,
I'm good with it. I wasn't taking either one, and it's a good one, but I'm fine with it. Yeah, give them all of
You
it.
guys, you guys ever see Harold and Kumar go to White Castle?
I have. And
I have. I don't
forever.
remember it though.
Yeah.
Uh, you guys just look up the Jamie Kennedy scene for me after the show and
Okay.
have a good laugh because that's really good. It's really good.
All right, Michael.
All right. I again, I'm getting not to keep
Yeah.
bringing it up, but this is now my number 6 on my number 7.
I was gonna say. I
last
think
one
your
was my
last
number
you
6.
said 6.
Yeah, this is number 7. And I think you guys already know this. Joe, you definitely do. When we have Tom on the podcast, I've told him before, but I can't stand tapping and clicking. Like, why do you have to constantly? Can you hear that? I'm not sure if you can hear it. If I'm doing
No,
it
I
loud
can't hear
enough.
the click.
Keep doing it.
No, I'm good. I'm
I
good.
got it on here.
But why do you have to sit there and just keep tapping or clicking? Just sit still. I understand if you always need to be doing something, but that constant noise drives me nuts. I can't stand it.
It's just fidgety. Yeah, that's what it is. You
Yeah.
know, someone who
Some
just
people
doesn't know
got
what to do
That's
with
why
it.
they came out with the
Yeah.
fidget toys, man. It's a thing. It's a real thing that you have to be doing something.
Yep.
I understand that. Like shaking your leg, that doesn't bother me. It just you shouldn't bring what you're doing to bother somebody else. Like that constant noise, people don't like it. You just don't care. You're just doing it no matter what.
It's a complete so I do it, and I do it. I do it all the time. It's a complete subconscious thing. Like I don't think, oh, I need to click this pen. It just fucking happens.
Well, make it stop, Joe.
I must click this pin. All right. I have one of those things on the back of my phone where I can like spin it. It's like a spinner, and I do that shit all the time. So
Yeah, that's not loud and obnoxious though.
no,
People don't recognize you doing it.
no. That's just my craziness that's coming out in that manner. All right. I'm gonna go here with it's going back to like the rudeness. I'm gonna go with people that don't say please or thank you. I can't stand when someone just demands something, when they just walk up and like, I'll have this, I'll do this, please, I will have this. Thank you for that. Is it that difficult?
Yeah.
I mean, I want to walk up to the people when they're doing it and be like, please, thank you. But
Doug, I think it's safe to say we'll give you just bad manners in general.
Bad manners?
Not just please and thank you. I think bad manners
manners
is a whole, that's a whole thing.
I'll take it.
Because
I
I
will
was
take
gonna-
bad manners.
I was gonna take you ever hold the door for somebody or something like a late kind
So
act, and
I
then they
have
just,
that
like,
on my
walk right by
list.
you.
Is that going to go as bad
Yeah.
manners? Yeah, holding doors.
I think that
No.
I think we'll wrap that all into it.
Oh, we
That's the
will.
same
Okay.
thing.
All right.
Okay. All right.
No.
Not holding the door
Etiquette.
from somebody, that's different. I think
Yeah.
that's different.
I would
Simple
say
as-
it's a little.
no,
bit
not.
different.
It's when you hold the door and then they walk right by you and they don't even acknowledge.
Oh,
what you've
and
done
you don't
for
get
them.
a thank
know
you.
what I mean,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
the acknowledgement is what drives me. I'll just like yell at them like, "Hey, you're welcome," and then-
Yeah,
absolutely.
I do that in the car all the time. You let somebody go, all of a sudden
Yeah.
you get no gesture back. It's like, what, dude?
No.
I just fucking let you go. Say thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
just a quick
Give me
wave.
something.
That's
Just
Something.
give me-
Acknowledgement.
I need.
Just acknowledge. That's all.
it. Yeah,
That's all.
Next time, I'm just gonna drive my car into you. I'm gonna T-bone you. How about that?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, instant regret
Yeah.
for letting them go.
No, I mean mainly for me, just big pet peeves in general in life for me are rudeness, rude people, and disrespectful
Mhm.
people. Can't fucking stand it.
Yeah,
Both of those things.
there's no need for it.
No need for it. Joe, you got 2. You're a pretty disrespectful fuck. So
This one's going to this one's gonna go to the I'm not denying it. Anyway, this one's gonna go to the work break room. And I don't give a fuck how good your fish was last night. Do not fucking bring it in for lunch, and do not heat it up in the fucking microwave and make it fucking stink for the rest of us. And then that smell is not leaving the microwave for like a day. Keep it the fuck home. Be respectful. Don't fucking bring it here.
that just reminds me
That's
of
a
like an
good one.
office
Didn't
thing,
have it
like
on my
the
list.
office. Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I used to work with. This is gonna be bad. Fuck, I'm married to a Cambodian. I don't care. I used to work with a bunch of fucking Asians at the casino, and like some of them just came over, so they're still very,
Mm.
very Asian, and some things that they would put in the microwave would they just send me back. I would just go back to dealing. I'd rather be working than smelling the fucking break room. So I'm with you, Joe.
I completely agree. There's nothing worse.
It's a great example.
And it doesn't, Joe. And again, just like we gave it to Doug, I think just smelly food for lunch. It doesn't have to be fish, obviously. But if you have something like that, just eat the leftovers at home. Why are you?
Save them for
Dude,
dinner the next night.
It goes through my workplace. It's a bank. There's a second level where there's the break room. It goes through the vents, and you can start smelling it in people's offices. Like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, that's brutal. There should be signs for that in offices, I would think. No? Because that can ruin someone's day right there.
Probably be a fucking HR issue nowadays.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how sensitive everybody was. My bad. All right, Joe. Next pick.
Next pick. I'm going to throw myself under the bus here because it's something I do all the fucking time. And it's a big hit all over now because it's linked with the Dave Chappelle meme. But people who give unsolicited advice. If I don't fucking ask you for advice, I don't want your advice. And like Dave Chappelle says, or you could shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And just don't bring it unless I ask you.
Was Joe on the pre-podcast when we were talking about bad golfers giving golf advice? Were you part of that, Joe?
He might not
We
have
just
been.
talked about this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't think he was, yeah. But that's
No, we were talking at pre-podcast when you guys were talking about golf, and I was walking around. I heard every bit of it. I don't, unless somebody goes, "What am I doing wrong?" It's all you.
Yeah, I don't care if you were a professional golfer. I would never ask you for advice.
That's fine. You stink.
I do stink at golf. It's very true.
all right. No name calling. Okay. You guys are gonna have to tell me on the spot here if this is gonna fly or not. But it's a pet peeve of mine because it annoys the hell out of me. Passive aggressive people. Is this a pet peeve? Passive aggressive people.
Oh yeah, that's a pet peeve.
Okay.
Yeah, but
All right.
yeah, no, it is. I think this just goes more to our general distaste for human beings. But yeah, it's
that's why I say it's something I dislike. So is it a pet peeve? I don't know. But
yeah,
to me, it comes off as
it's
very degrading, right? When someone is speaking to you in that manner, and it's just like, get to the fucking point, and let's work this out. But let's just get to the point and stop beating around the bush. I can't
just say what you want to say.
Yeah, just say what you want to say. Just say it. Just get it out there.
It makes life so much easier.
It does.
Just get it out there. But then we can get by it. That's it.
Right.
We do it every day, Mike.
I went through a rough patch of borderline passive aggressiveness because people told me I was like too mean, like too aggressive, too upfront.
So you went the other way too much.
I tried to pull it back, and then I would just get angry with myself because I feel like a pussy, and I wouldn't even know like how to say what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So I think I found it happy.
Been there, Andy. I've been there, man.
I mean, you can't feel like a good person being passive aggressive like that.
No,
like there's no way you are a passive aggressive bitch and you come away with that being like, yeah, I feel good about that.
Like you're doing it to be rude. You're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's
it's always
true,
in a condescending manner, and it's just like,
God, it's just so degrading. I hate it.
Yeah, it's bad. Good one.
All right, Mike, go ahead, man.
All right,
We're working out a
I
lot of things
warned-
right now, though. Feels good.
I know. This is nice. Who needs therapy? We'll just do episodes like this every once in a while. I warned my wife, who's in the next room and can definitely
Uh-oh.
hear me right now.
Hey, it's the
I
first
w-
time she's ever listened to an episode.
I was picking something on this list that she does. So she's aware of this. I'm not gonna get in trouble. But it's the what do you want for dinner? I don't care.
No.
I don't care.
uh,
And then you give a suggestion
God.
and she definitely cares. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm not gonna say anything worse. That's it. It doesn't bother me too much, just a little tiny bit. But
drives me
yeah,
insane.
just tell me what you want.
That
Just tell me what you want.
drives me-
We'll go get it. I'll make it. I'll go get it. Whatever.
how about when you ask them, like, you in the mood for anything? They're like, no. You like anything specific, and you start, oh, I could eat anything. And you start name, you want Italian? No. Asian? No. Mexican? No. Like, so what the fuck do you want? You know what you want. You're just like,
Just say it.
just tell me. Just tell me in the beginning. You know what I
Passive
mean? I don't wanna
aggressive.
have to make-
Being passive
Oh.
aggressive a little bit there. Not actually getting it
Oh.
out there.
Ah, it drives me nuts.
Yeah. I will say, like, when you first said it though, Mike, I was like, I actually do that all the time. That I say I don't care. And I literally don't care. I'll eat anything.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And I say that too because she'll respond with, what do you want? I'm like, I honestly
Don't care.
don't care. It doesn't matter. You could say anything and I'll go
Any
get
place.
it or I'll make it. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. We'll have that. The answer is yes.
Mine's a real I don't care. Yours is not. So let's get to it. What is your thing actually?
Whatever decision you make, I can be comfortable with.
Right.
It's not gonna work the other way.
So good. All right, Andy, you got two.
Me already, huh?
Yeah. Round 6 and 7.
I'm gonna go with people that don't let go of handshakes. I'm not even gonna go with the. I'm not even gonna go with the little dead fish, which
The long
drives me
handshaker.
insane. But the one that doesn't let go, because it's like at some point, I just assume you want to fight me. That's what this means to me.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know how else to take it. Like once you can feel me like loosen up and try to come back. So when you don't let go, it just means you want me to hit you. I think like that's I don't understand. What's the other? Somebody explain to me what the other possible thought could be. Right in your head,
Yeah.
you're like, you got to be saying like, this kid's a bitch. Like I'm just gonna hold his hand. Like I'm not gonna let him go. Right? Like that has to be the thought process until I punch you.
It's
in
a
the face.
power trip.
That has
It's
to
like
be
you're
what you
playing
think.
chicken there
Yeah.
a little bit, huh? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never been a long
It's
handshake.
definitely a power trip.
Yeah, it's got to be right. That's exactly what it
Yeah.
has to be. There's
I
no
think so.
other thought process. You don't just like forget yourself like mid handshake. Oh, I'm so sorry. No,
Yeah.
no. You're like fuck this guy. You know what I mean? Like that's what you're going for.
And like, are they staring you like dead in the eyes when this is happening? You know?
I don't know. I hope
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm too old to be
well-
fighting people over handshake.
Well, exactly.
God
Because then it's
forbid.
like fighting or it's getting like weirdly sexual. Like, let go of me. You know, stop touching my.
They start tickling.
Yeah,
they start
yeah.
tickling.
Yeah,
your
They're like
arm.
licking their lips.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah, this is getting really weird now.
All right,
That's a good one.
we're
I
good
didn't
there.
have that
Ready
one
to
on
go
my
that one.
list.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a great one.
Me neither.
All right, this one's. I think it happens to me because I'm short, but when me and my wife are walking on the sidewalk and like another couple's approaching, what do? You like even if we're holding hands, we're always walking side by side, like shoulder to shoulder, side by side.
Yeah.
Let go of the hands and we'll single file line so we can both fit.
Yeah.
The couples
Yeah.
that hold hands and like pretend like they're moving a little bit or
Yeah.
like maybe don't even like we should just set a law where I can clothesline the fuck out of you on my way by because that is
Yeah.
so ignorant, dude. It's outrageous. Another one where you got to just be like, oh, I'm more important than these people, right? That has to be the thought process.
Yeah.
You clearly see me. We're fucking been approaching each other for 2 blocks. Move out of the way, or I can
Yeah.
just like kick your kneecap in or something. I have to be able to do something.
Well, it's another one where
Meanwhile,
it's like,
Joe's gonna argue. Joe's
ahead.
gonna argue that he's in the high speed walking lane, so he's
Yeah.
not moving.
Yeah.
My side's the high speed lane.
It's another one though
Oh.
where it's like, so you want to fight me then? This is what's happening right now. You know, like
That's-
you're not moving out of my lane. So
Literally, he did it in a different way, but he took my pick this round. It's when people like are basically playing chicken walking with you. Like it's so stupid. Like
Yeah.
we both have plenty of space. we both should be moving over a little bit, and we
It
should
really
never
is.
hit shoulders.
It's got to be it's got to be a fight thing. Like it just has to be somebody that's
It's a power
trying,
thing. That's a
trying
power trip
something.
too. Yeah. Yeah. That's
So,
definitely
Andy, I just
this is
wanna
my
make
lane,
sure
get
I'm-
out of it.
I'm getting this right for the podcast. This is you're coming at each other and no one's moving. Not like you're walking and there's slow walkers in front of you.
No, yeah.
No,
Coming at each other.
Yeah. It's
Coming at each
not
other.
moving on a
Okay.
sidewalk. That's all. Just not
Yeah,
moving
general.
on a
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think anybody else is going to take that one, but yeah, just
Yeah,
walk
yeah.
over.
Not
Just-
moving. Yeah, I like that one better because not moving from on sidewalks. There we go. Okay. All right,
Right.
my turn.
Your turn,
All right.
Mike.
My turn. I had something and now okay, I got it. I'm going with people that don't know when to shut the fuck up. They start a conversation and they just keep talking for about 10, 15 minutes. And all you want to do, you've yabbed this person to death. You cannot yab them or wow them or whatever you're saying
That's crazy.
any longer. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And in banking, Joe, Andy, you've done it multiple times. You have these certain people that as soon as they come into your branch, everyone hides. Like, I'm not taking him today. I don't have time to take this person today because they just will sit there and they'll find something to talk about because they have nothing else to do but to talk to you.
Is it older people generally?
just
That's
like,
what I was
dude,
gonna say. Is it
all
people who are
time.
lonely?
No, it's anybody.
Oh, okay.
There's
No, it's yeah, that's an aspect of it. And those type of people, if they're lonely, I kind of feel bad, but there still comes a point where it's like, dude, I have a job to do. You need to go, you know?
It's
Yeah.
it's the worst when you don't recognize them coming in and they just walk into your office because they know where you are and your cube is, and they just walk right in, plop down, and they just like, how are you today? Have no banking to do that day and expect you to talk for half an hour, 40 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I another thing that I've tried to work on, and I'm always like, this person's just lonely, like and then I 5 minutes in, my blood's boiling, and I want to scream. It just drives me insane.
Have you ever gotten mad at someone though for being a long talker?
All the time.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All the
Oh.
time.
Oh, you'll actually get mad at them
alright.
though. I mean, like you'll project the anger to them.
Yeah, I'll tell 'em.
No.
Oh,
No,
wow.
I'm talking.
Okay.
So I have this one person, I'm not obviously can't name names or anything, but a specific person that comes into the branch that they are known for, it's 15 to 20 minutes is average, sometimes up to a half hour. And I have to pull this person aside and tell them, hey, like my tellers have a job to do. Like I understand if there's no line or something, then you can chat a little bit, but this can't be their day. Like this isn't what they're doing. So now every single time I come out of my office, this person knows like, all right, I gotta go. But it's like I shouldn't have to do. You're an adult. I shouldn't have to do that.
That's a different circumstance. So that's a work situation. Like in real life, if somebody's going on, I'm like, listen, man, I'm not interested anymore. Like it happens. It happens with some of my coworkers, and I just turn and start using the computer and going into my work because I just don't want to fucking listen anymore.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're like, "Did you hear me?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's good. Yeah, no, fuck you.
Sure.
Get away from me. Like, I don't want to hear your story that long. I don't care about like your kids making cookies."
I used to have a way out of a conversation. I don't do it anymore. When people be talking, whether it's something I don't want to talk about, or like they're just going on, or I would point behind them, I go, "Oh shit," like that. And the moment they would turn, I would just walk away. I used to do that so often. I haven't done it in a while, but that always brought me joy.
I do that to steal my kids' French fries.
I was asking too if it was older people because I have an elderly neighbor that like will bring like I'll bring them over like water and some food sometimes, and I always have to put aside a good like half hour to hour when I go over there because he's just gonna sit there and tell me stories, you know?
Yeah, but
Wait,
that's
time
being a
out.
good
Did you
neighbor.
say you bring your neighbor water?
Yeah, because it's like heavy, so like I bring him water. He's old.
Oh, you're on Wells.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that
Yep. We are
okay?
on
All right,
Wells.
all right. It's like he
I'm
doesn't have a
sorry.
faucet for
No,
water.
yeah, we're on Wells over here. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Where are we going here? I'm gonna go with people who say no offense after a blatant insult.
Hmm.
So,
Joe,
Joe, are you? Yeah.
All the time, do it all the time. And I know what I'm doing, but fuck it.
You know you're doing it to annoy somebody or what?
I
'Cause I'm
just
fuck-
know
I'm-
I'm being.
I'm fucking
No, I
insulted.
know what
You
I'm
insulted
about
me.
to say next is going to be super fucking offensive, but
Yeah.
it just makes me feel better when I say no offense first.
So if it makes you feel better, Joe, it's all that matters.
100%.
Does anyone else do it? I mean, I think we've all done it probably from time to time, but I go out of my way to not say that because to me, that's also goes back to my passive aggressiveness. That,
Yeah.
you know, I guess those two can kind of go hand in hand, but
Yeah, I mean, that's not passive. That's more aggressive than, and if you're
it's a little
saying the
more
insult,
aggressive. Yeah,
you're not being passive about anything.
No, that's true.
It's
That's true.
more of like a preparation of that you're going to tell somebody something harsh more than anything, though. That's at least how I do it.
Yeah.
That's my warning signal that what's coming next is going to be honesty that you're not going to like.
So
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
yeah.
but it's very offensive, though, is the point of it.
Oh yeah,
Right.
but most people don't like the honesty, so I'm at least trying to warn you. I think it's very sincere. It's almost empathetic.
I don't know if empathetic and Joe go together.
Oh, that's an oxymoron,
Yeah.
or just a moron too.
All right, Joe. Your last two picks, 7 and 8.
Last two picks. So number 7, we're going back to driving. I am somebody, whenever I switch lanes, if I'm taking a right, if I'm taking a left turn, it doesn't fucking matter. I am using my blinker. Okay? Use your fucking blinker. It's there for a reason. Like, if you're stopping and your blinker's not on, I don't know what the fuck you're stopping for. I'm not expecting you to stop. Like, if I fucking hit you, it should be your own fault if you turn without a blinker. Like, it's the fucking worst, especially left-hand turns. Like, the people that are coming aren't going to fucking know you're turning. Everybody's not going to know where the fuck you're going. Or if you're pulling out of a parking lot and don't have your blinker, nobody fucking knows which way you want to go. So nobody knows to stop or not to stop if they get a little bit of space. Like, just fucking use your blinker. It makes it better for every fucking body.
No, it's great. It's a great one. I got it on my list. It's very frustrating.
Now, is that for the people not from New England? Is blinker known, or is it turn signal? I know it's turn signal, but
Oh, whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
I know I'm
That's
just
a good point.
like,
I don't know. That's a good
outside
point.
of New
I have no
England, do
idea.
people know what a blinker is?
I'm not sure. I didn't know that was a New England thing.
Maybe
actually.
do blinker and like the quotations.
Well,
and
I'll just put turn signal.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll
They
just
might
put what
not.
it
They might
actually
not
is.
call. They know what it is. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put blinker in parentheses. That's all. All right, Joe. Last pick, man. Your last
My
pick.
last pick is probably my most frustrating one, but people aren't going to vote on it. And it's people who make up their own fucking point systems for meaningless shit. You got too much time in the day. You need better things to do in your life. And nobody fucking cares what your point system is. Not a fucking soul. No one on this show. No one who watches the show. Not even your own wife.
man.
Your own wife probably laughs at it, I bet.
Yeah.
Get it fucking out. Crumble it up. Throw it in the garbage.
It was number 16 on my list. Number 16 on my
Oh, wow.
list.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. I like that.
That was
That's
good,
solid, Joe.
That was good.
I mean, I'm sure she's not getting hot and bothered over the point system that he creates.
Hey, babe, does this sound good? You think this should count in the points?
I sound like a true nerd.
That was good, Joe. That was good to save it for that.
I like it, Joe.
He threw away the pick, but it was worth it.
Oh,
yeah,
but
no,
no,
that's yeah. I mean, it's an 8 seed, and unless he goes against
honestly,
Andy, he's losing anyway. I mean, he wasn't winning anyway.
I hope everybody who knows Mike that votes on it and actually watches this votes against it just for it.
No, it's not going to be many that know what that means, but that's okay. I like
All
it.
right. I'm going to go with, I think, a pretty strong one that will give a 1 seed a fight here. I'm going to go with littering.
Really?
I'm going to go littering. I'm going to go people
It's on
who
the list.
throw their freaking trash on the ground for others to pick up.
Yeah.
You know, or it could be harmful to animals. It could be harmful to the environment. I just think littering, it's just a lazy fucking thing to do. Like, why are you throwing your trash on the ground? Bring it to the receptacle.
I 100% agree with you. I think it's got no shot because I think so many fucking people do it.
Yeah, but nobody.
Yeah, but
Do they want to
likes
admit
to
it to
admit
themselves,
it.
though?
Yeah.
You know, that's the
No one likes to
Exactly.
admit it,
yeah.
You know, no one's like, I litter all the time.
But you're
No.
not admitting it to anybody in this voting system. Like nobody's voting for that.
Yeah, but even then,
Yeah,
they
but
don't want to
everybody-
admit it to themselves, though, Joe. Either that's the thing. You know, they'll be like,
Correct.
oh yeah, I hate litterers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then as I throw in their Dunkin' bag out the window.
Right, right. I got a buddy that he loves his nips, and those things just go out the window.
Dude, that's
And-
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's awful. It's awful. I used to pick it up all the time when I was working at the bridge doing maintenance. It's disgusting. But
Oh yeah,
Anyways.
you must have seen some things out
Nothing,
there.
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
like drunk driving over a bridge, throwing your nips, your empty nips out the window. No risks there at all.
People suck. People
All right,
suck.
my pick.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going back to 8 reasons why I hate Joe.
I knew retaliation was
You knew-
coming. I was
you knew he
waiting
was
for
gonna
it.
retaliate.
He had to.
I know,
I'm
but
writing
this was
one down, Rossi. I'm writing one
Yep.
down. Let me write it down real quick.
Yeah, you
If
write it down.
Don't pick this. I'm gonna be
Oh, it's
very
it.
shocked.
it's it, and I'm gonna tell a quick story too.
Go
So,
for it.
Tell me, you
Go
done?
ahead.
Yeah, I'm done writing.
All right. So Joe used to have a pool table in his basement, right? There it
Oh,
is. Feet shuffling or dragging. There it is. That's some terrible handwriting.
Oh,
You
yeah.
did it fast.
Every
Like
single
5 minutes.
time. I know every single time Joe would hit a good shot, he would do his cocky walk around the pool table, and all you would hear is his feet dragging on the floor, like he was some tough guy dragging his feet. Like, dude,
Those
why are you
moccasin
dragging your
slippers were
feet?
shuffling, baby.
So it's not only against Joe for doing it there. It's just people dragging their feet in general.
pick him up.
Really just pissed me.
Yeah.
off. Just
Is that
pick up
still
your
a
feet,
tough
man.
guy
How
thing?
hard
Because
is
it was a tough guy thing. I agree with you when we
It
were
was.
younger.
It was, yeah. Because back then it was when you were in the Timberland boots that weren't tied and they would be falling off your feet when you were
Right.
walking.
So you literally couldn't
That was
pick
the
him up
thing.
because your shoes would just, your feet would come out of your shoes. So
Yeah.
you literally
was a
just had
thing,
to
Andy.
shuffle. Yeah.
I missed this whole thing.
It was a thing.
Yeah, we're a little older than you. We're a little older.
I
so
have
maybe
been
you
waiting.
did
I've
miss
been
it.
waiting all draft for that, Rossi. For a split second, I thought you might not pick it. I've been waiting for it all draft. I knew
Of
you were going
course
to bring
I'm
a
picking
pool
it.
in the basement. And hey, man, I can't help that. I used to run the table on you guys, and had to do the swag with it.
And then you do a little feet shuffle after.
Yep, yep.
Andy, I have high
Mm.
expectations for this last pick here.
No, I don't think it's that great, but it's definitely on my list. Pretty high up. People who listen just to respond, you can tell they're not actually listening
Mm,
and they're just waiting to like say something.
Yeah.
It's on my list.
Yeah. It's actually a great one that I didn't think of.
Listening to talk.
Yeah. Waiting for your turn to talk is what it is. That's how I
Yeah.
would describe
They
it.
don't they just don't listen. They just sit there and they're just fucking whatever you're saying. It's generally like the one-uppers that do it too, right? They hear one thing you're saying and then they just start concocting a story about what happened. The moment you're done, like, oh, that's crazy, but guess what happened to me? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just horrible people.
I don't know what you just
Yeah,
said
they
there,
didn't-
but the one uppers,
No, that-
no, that
What?
was a joke. It was a bad joke.
oh,
But
Ah.
the one uppers, I'm surprised that didn't make the list, honestly.
yeah.
One
It's on.
uppers. It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's on mine too. Yeah.
It's on
Yeah,
my
it was
list.
on mine.
But yeah. No, it's a great pick, Andy, honestly. That bothers the hell out of me. Because you can see when they're
Right.
doing it too.
Yeah.
It's like, you motherfucker, you didn't
No,
listen to
they
a
have-
word I just said. Yeah, just blank
There.
stare.
Yeah.
And then
See,
they
I
give
do
you
it
this.
sometimes. I don't listen to people, but it's not because I'm waiting to talk. It's because I just forgot to listen. I'm just in my own world and not listening to what you're saying. But it's not because I just but people do that. They stop listening once they find out what they're going to say. And then no matter what you say next, it doesn't matter. They're coming with what they're saying.
People who forget to listen also pisses me off. That's another one that bothers me.
Yeah.
Mike doesn't listen
I
on
do
this
that.
show, and all we do is talk to each other.
Yeah,
Yes, I
seriously.
do. I listen on the show.
There are so many times you're like, I wasn't listening to him earlier.
Oh yeah.
It's usually when you're speaking too, Joe. So this I think
Well, that
it's-
makes sense. All right.
that was fun, guys. That was I think it was a long one, but it was a good one. Yeah.
It was fun.
We got a lot of
I have
anger out.
so many.
Mike, what's the highest left on your point system?
Ah, Jesus.
We've got to
All
hear
right.
it.
So there was a few of them that I wasn't sure if it was not vague enough, so I didn't pick them. Like one of them is whining.
Yeah,
wasn't sure-
complainers whining. Yeah, I had that on mine.
Yeah, so that was on mine. I didn't pick it because we went pretty specific, and that's not very specific, so I just kept it off.
I swerved a couple times because of that.
And then I have not picking up dog shit. Like when you're taking your dog for a walk,
It's a
why
big one.
just pick up? Yeah, that was up on there for me. And then bad grammar in texts was up there for me as well.
I had that on my list and thought of Joe immediately with that
Fucking
one.
stupid, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not spending time to reread my text. I know mine are extremely bad, right? I'm fucking terrible. I don't pay attention to when my fat fingers and stuff. I just send it thinking what's on my mind when I'm there. But like the people who correct like the your and whatever like that, like those are small ones. Like fucking leave it a fucking alone. Like everybody knows what the right. By this point, majority of people should know what the right your and there is. Like
They
sometimes
should,
the phone just jumps to one though. So like I'm not gonna go spend it because autocorrect fucking fixed it. I'm not rereading every text.
I
Mine
respect
are
that.
bad.
I understand.
I'm a different animal. I'm a different animal.
I respect that
agree.
too. I don't correct other people with like stuff like that. But
No,
when
I
I
correct myself,
when I
though.
accidentally use the wrong one, I get very embarrassed. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. And then I have to correct myself with it.
So Mike, that's
Couldn't
why
care
I didn't
less.
actually have it
Could
too high
not-
on my list
could
because
not
it doesn't
care
bother
less.
me. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Like right there, Joe, it's couldn't care less. Because if you could care less, then you could care less. But it's couldn't.
I thought he did say couldn't.
I think I did. It may not have fully gone through properly,
okay.
but I don't
All
fucking
right.
know. I could have said could. Who
It
cares?
actually like the bad grammar in text doesn't
Not
bother
this
me.
guy.
It's more a me thing, you know. I don't care if everybody else has bad grammar.
Yeah,
It's like I don't want to. But
correct.
anyways.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pick it. But it's not even top three. It's top three recognizable ones that I put out there instead.
What about chasing money, and specifically fantasy football money? When people don't pay.
Oh, like
you mean
having to chase people's
yeah, having to
money.
chase money.
Yeah, or somebody makes a bet and doesn't pay up. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right. That kind of
That would
stuff.
have been a good one.
Because then all of a sudden you're the bad guy. You always turn into the bad guy. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, now it's Christmas time and blah, blah, blah. I was like, dude, you didn't pay something you were supposed to pay. I'm not the bad guy here. You're the fucking bad guy.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
now
a couple
you're, now
of
you're
those.
making me ask. Like it's
And yeah, exactly.
Fuck,
And
You shouldn't have to.
you shouldn't. You shouldn't. That's gonna be a rule, by the way, this year in my drafts. If you don't
Good.
pay day of, you're out. Done. Not putting up with that shit anymore. All right. Anyways, I got pretty angry in this, but it feels good.
There you go. We let it all out, guys. I feel
Yeah.
good right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Good release.
Andy's heated. He needs to go. He needs a punching bag right now.
yeah, I think I held it. I think I held it in pretty well.
You did.
Your face did not, but
No?
You didn't tell your
No,
face.
your face.
Andy's
your
face always tells the full story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Which, by the way, I appreciate because you always know where Andy stands. So,
Always.
all right, boys, we'll end it there. So, for Mike, Andy, Joe, I'm Doug. We'll see you guys next time. Later.
Later,
Peace.
fellas.